Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear, and it's box opening time. I'm always pumped when I get a River's Edge Cutlery order. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure if you were to look back over the course of my channel, I order from them at least 1 or 2 times a month, without fail. River's Edge Cutlery is the best. They're some of my favorites in the business. I really appreciate those guys over there. They've been super supportive of my channel. So, as always, when I get something from River's Edge Cutlery, it's late, I will link them down below. They're awesome. They ship stuff incredibly, insanely fast. Literally, this order I placed, I don't know, it had to be like 10 or 11 a.m. my time. And within 30 minutes, I had my shipping notification. And by the end of that day, it was already updating. They do a really nice, at the moment, I don't know how long this will last, but they've been doing it for a while, so I assume it's kind of here to stay. They do this option where you can upgrade to FedEx 2-day shipping. It's usually 2 days. They don't guarantee it'll be 2 days, but it's a faster than USPS typically shipping option, and it's like $7 or $8 as long as your order is over a certain amount. Mine always is. So I did that here, and it went great. Anyway, Finch Cherry Bomb. I'm going to unbox this with. Finch sent me this directly, but River's Edge does carry Finch knives, so shout out to them for that. Yeah, this is going to be a fun unboxing. So there's a couple of things in here. One of them is a knife, and then I think I got 3 other things. One is some River's Edge Cutlery swag that I had to have because it's new, and then I got some fire starting stuff. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do the knife last. Perfect. The knife isn't on top, so that's going to be good. So the first thing I got is this Exotac reusable, waterproof, precision CNC machine, like ferro rod striker. And well, it's a ferro rod and a striker. And I have a ferro rod that I keep in my fire making pouch that goes in my day pack, and I really enjoy it. I like starting a fire that way. It's a fun skill to kind of try to stay proficient at for me. I just enjoy it. And this is just an alternative way of doing it. I like that it's bright orange. I like that it's kind of all pretty compact. The one that I have is a little bit bigger, and it's got like this tab dangling off of it you can use, or you can use the spine of your knife. And the whole thing just feels a little bit messier than something this like compact. So they even make like replacement parts for these. If you go through it, you can just like order another rod and screw it on there. So pretty cool. I grabbed this. As always, some swag from River's Edge Cutlery. They are awesome about these things. I don't think I have a purple one of these yet. I was just using a green one today to clean the lens of my camera. Really great microfiber cloths that they send. They're also doing these like monthly stickers, which is really fun. So this is their October one, Halloween edition, 2021 River's Edge Cutlery sticker. Pretty sweet. And a rec card, as always. The other fire starting thing that I got. So a lot of people carry, I don't know, I've seen lately quite a few like I get these crazy Instagram ads for like little bits of rope that you're like rope sections that you cut off a little piece of, and then you hit it with one spark, and then it stays burning hot for 5 minutes, and you can just build your fire off of that. And I've never really like used that stuff. I'm more of like a whatever I can find around me kind of guy, which maybe makes me feel bushcrafty, but anyway, I've been tempted to try some of these little fire starting doodads that you can throw a spark on and help you start a fire. If you're in a place where it's really actually super difficult and you're not just doing it for fun and you need a fire, then it seems like it might be responsible to keep a couple of these things that weigh nothing and take up virtually no space in my pack. So they had these on the site. This bag was $7, it says on here. I didn't remember that exactly, but $7 for these Uncle Tommy's fire starting stuff. It's a sawdust infused like chip. So you can see them in there. It's like this circular, thin, lightweight, wafery disc thing. It says, Uncle Tommy's fire starting stuff, perfect for all your fire starting needs, natural and safe for indoor or outdoor use, sawdust infused, makes them appetizing, I know, but don't eat. Directions, hold and tear a disc in half. Save one half for another time. Light the exposed cotton fiber to ignite your kindling. They're waterproof, but wipe off excessive moisture before tearing open. And it says to use for campfires, fire pits, charcoal grills, fireplaces, bonfires, you name it. So, cool. Made in the USA. Little option that I can keep in a tin in my bag, throw a couple of them in there, and it says 15 pieces in here for 30 plus fire starts, because you break them all in half at least. I guess you could break them in a quarter or whatever, and get a fire started, and it'll help whether you're using a ferro rod or a lighter or matches, whatever it is. So, just a cool thing to grab. All right, the next thing is the new River's Edge Cutlery mugs, because they're doing rec roast. They're new, like they literally have their own coffee blend. I actually got some of it, and if you're into coffee, I recommend it. I hate fruity coffees, just not my thing. I don't like it when there's like fruity notes in coffee. To me, it's something that's supposed to be like nutty and like maybe chocolatey, like roasty, right? And that's the way, in my experience, their rec roast has been. I ordered some of the whole beans and I just grind it here, and it's great. So this is the mug to go along with it. And when they started showing these off on their YouTube channel, which again, I'll link down below, I was like, I'm going to need one of those mugs. And they were like, they're not ready yet. And so when I was placing this order, I saw they were on the site, and I just grabbed a rec mug, because what else would I drink out of? All right. So last thing. Oh, this is just the invoice. Cool. All right, here is the last thing. This is probably what's most exciting, seeing as I'm kind of a knife channel. This is a Toor Knives merchant. And I actually had the opportunity recently to go down to the Toor Knives shop. They're in El Cajon, San Diego area, not far from me. Well, it's like 2 hours, but not close, not far. And I got to go down and see their whole shop and operation, and it was really, really cool. I haven't owned any of their folders or even their fixed blades, frankly, yet. I've handled quite a few there in their showroom and stuff, and I've heard a lot of good things, especially about the fixed blades. Those have been around for longer, but they just started doing folders, and they're doing every bit of them in-house and down to the hardware. They're making all of them start to finish there in their shop, which is cool, and I think is behavior that should be rewarded. So I've been thinking about getting one for a while. Was trying to kind of decide between models, and then I just saw they had them in stock at Rec, and I jumped on the Merchant. It was the one that I think kind of stuck out to me the most. And I know that they have plans over there at Toor Knives. They're going to be up to some fun stuff, and they're working hard. I've seen mixed reviews so far about these folders, so part of me is really curious to get this open and see how this knife feels in hand and how the fit and finish and quality and all that are, because I've had several friends who've picked up some of their knives and said they're absolutely phenomenal. I've had a couple of friends who've picked up some of their knives and said there were issues with them, which they just started, so fair is fair. They're learning. I can say, though, the couple of friends that I've had who have picked one up and it wasn't quite right, if they reached out to Toor and sent it in for them to work on, they either made it completely right on that knife or sent them a perfect one, like a brand new one that was perfect. And so that's cool that they're handling things in that way. And they know that they're just beginning in folders, and they're figuring out exactly what they want to do, and they're finding their stride, and I think that's cool. So anyway, let's get this open. Oh, this is really nice. So the box itself is nice, and then inside you get kind of a microfiber and a Toor Knives sticker, which is cool. Pull that off of there. Oh, this is really cool. So then below that, you've got the knife nestled in to a nice foam cutout, and you've got a card over here, folding series, guaranteed for life. This lifetime guarantee applies to the structural integrity of the blade and doesn't cover normal signs of wear and tear, rust, damage, or breakage due to improper modification. Any product we determine to be defective will be repaired or replaced at our discretion. Please feel free to contact us with any questions regarding this warranty, blah, 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 blah. Awesome. Message from our founder, from Connor Toor, talking about how a lot of knives are too expensive, and he wanted to build his own. I love that. So I'm sure you can read this online. I'm not going to bore you by reading it too much, but there you go. And it also comes with a little bit of frog lube, which I've actually been hearing a lot of good things about, but I haven't tried any of yet. So it's a lubricant and a protectant That's kind of what I've been most curious about, is its anti-corrosive properties. All right, so let's get the knife out of here. This is the Merchant. So we've got a titanium frame lock, and it's really fairly simple in its construction, but it's nice, kind of classy. I like the way that it's put together. We've got simple barrel spacers held together with nice hardware. We've got thumb studs that they're making in-house, the hardware they're making in-house, pivot hardware making in-house. It's all being made in-house, which I think is kind of the story of this knife, in my opinion. This finishing looks pretty cool. It's just kind of like a tumbled titanium. It's kind of like, I don't know, roughly beaten up in a way that, not roughly, because all the edges and everything feel pristine, but it makes me feel less worried about carrying this and getting snail trails and stuff on it. Yeah, this is nice. Really deep cutout for the frame lock, and studs are on both sides. See how it thumb flicks? That wasn't great. Okay. If I get the right angle on it, it's better. Okay. So I don't think I've handled this model, like actually had one in hand. I got to pick up some parts of these that were in progress while I was down at their shop. But this feels better than I was expecting it to ergonomically. It really fits my hand well. It's a neutral enough handle that I wasn't worried about it being uncomfortable, but this locks in. Got a little bit of a thumb ramp here. I like that. The jimping is a hair more aggressive than I'd prefer, but they're also like they sell a lot of knives to like military people. So I can see that some of the tactical crowd would want the jimping there. No lock bar insert, which doesn't really particularly bother me. Oh man, lockup is rock solid. Front to back, side to side. Great. USA 019. I don't know if that means this is knife number 19. That would be pretty rad. I feel like I'm late to getting one of these. Maybe River's Edge Cutlery has had this one for a minute. I'd be surprised if this is actually knife number 19. That would be pretty crazy. But yeah, I think they're doing these in S35. I don't remember now off the top of my head. I should have looked before doing this, but I don't see it marked on the blade anywhere. What does it say on here? The model, Merchant FL35S, stonewashed. I don't know, maybe it is S35VN. I think that's what I remember it being. Anyway, the ergos feel pretty good. This blade seems like it's going to have a good amount of utility to it. It's not super thin behind the edge, but it's definitely not thick. Not an overly thick blade stock to start with. I'm glad they didn't go with a stupid thick blade stock. I feel like, especially in like the tactical realm, oftentimes thick blade stock just gets used because it seems tactical or something, but on a folder. Hey, middle finger flicks with the studs. That's good. Okay. So yeah, I'm curious to see how this knife is going to do in pocket, how it's going to do in application. I really just wanted to get one that's mine that I can use and abuse and feel out and see how it really does, because for them to be a new US maker on the scene, it's doing these completely in-house down to every last bit of it, and coming in at $250. I don't know. Picking a fight is the wrong word, because that's not really the way the knife world works. But they're punching in a weight class with it being U.S. made. The materials that they're using that is typically more expensive than where they're pricing these, and that intrigues me. And so I guess the question is going to be, will it feel like they've cut some corners, or will it feel like, I don't know, what is it going to feel like? At the moment, I'm not really feeling like, at least on this example, there's anything that I can really scoff at. The finishing isn't like the most wondrous, like beautiful show quality, like winning awards level finishing that I've ever seen, but it's very tool-like, and that feels intentional too. The lockup is perfect. I'm really impressed with how ridiculously solid that lockup is. The lock bar is a little bit of a bear to disengage, but it's not bad. The studs feel good. Yeah, this is wild. I don't know that I'm going to love the pocket clip. That's certainly not my style to have this much knife sticking out of my pocket. I'm Mr. Loop over, deep carry, hide as much of the knife in my pocket as you can type of guy. So I guess we'll see. Time will tell whether it ends up bothering me or not, that it's like a super, super shallow carry. But not everything has to be my style for me to be able to respect it, you know? Anyway, interesting knife. I'm excited to have one of my own so that I can, like I said, put it through its paces and kind of see what it's made of. So, yeah, I will put a link down below to River's Edge Cutlery. They're awesome. As always, I appreciate them. I've got fire starting stuff, got a new mug, got a brand new US made knife. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, as always, pleasure ordering from them. They're fast, they're great. I'll quit rambling. I'm going to go to bed. It is late. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you as always, and I'll see you on the next one.